I totally forgot to wave at the beginning of this video. Sorry about that. Today we're working on a wreath using one of these splatter screens from Dollar Tree. You just take the knob off and you can use it for crafting. It does leave a hole in the middle, so you have to put something over that. I'm going to use this pumpkin, which we're going to have to cut in half. And those tools next to it that I'm pointing at right now, those are going to be absolutely no good. Ideally, you would use a hot knife to do this, but make it work with what you have. I got a glue gun, I've got an assortment of florals, not really many flowers. I think there's one flower in the end of this, but mostly leaves and some hydrangea, some berries. Need some glue sticks, a glue gun, obviously. This is a piece of jasmine that I pulled out of my fence for just a little natural element. I really like the way this wreath came out. So the first thing we're going to do is take off the handle and take that bad boy outside and spray paint it. I use gold. I think it would also look good in copper or bronze, or the oil rub bronze. The copper would probably be really pretty. So what I'm showing you now is that I have the grid on the screen lined up diagonally, so it's not up and down, it's slanted each way. It's like at a 45-degree angle. Now here comes this disaster. I think this is a pumpkin from the Dollar Tree, not 100% sure. It probably is. It could possibly hold up a building. It is so firm. It's so hard. I mean, you can see this is a brand new blade in here and I am just jamming it in there. So, maybe try to find one that's not so hard. I mean, I'm thinking this is from the Dollar Tree, but it is of such high quality. Look, I crack it open like a pomegranate. And now I'm just seeing that this side is the flattest, because it does have to go up against that screen. And you're going to see that on the back, but I'm going to cover that over with some paper. And I did try to cut this stem in half, but that absolutely in no way was ever going to happen. I would need a power tool. I would need an engineering degree. I don't know what I would need. This pumpkin was... let's just be glad I have fingers. So there you go. I was trying to cut it in half so I would have two sides that I could use to make two of these wreaths, but the other side kind of got chopped up when I was cutting it apart. And there I was just clearing out a little extra foam on the back so I can make sure it sits on the wreath. Now I'm just positioning it here so I can make sure when I start placing my florals, I'm going to put them in the lower, if it was a square, I'm going to put them in the lower left-hand corner. And here I am just choosing from the plate of flowers I have over there. For my color palette, I want to use that blue purpley hydrangea because it's one of the nicest florals I've seen at Dollar Tree. It's a really nice color. I really like the way this looks. I'm trying not to go too yellow, and I like that rusty kind of hydrangea that went with it. And now I'm just going to start forming my little side swag thing. I say the bottom left corner because it's looking in the bottom left side of your screen. That's where I'm going to be concentrating. Not a half round shape, but kind of like a crescent shape. So I'm just sticking in these hydrangeas. I've cut all these flowers up pretty small. I really like this hydrangea. I liked it so much with the orange because they're opposites on the color wheel. So it makes the blue and the purple blue flower look bluer, and it makes the orange flowers look a lot more orange. I really wish they'd come out with like an antique green hydrangea, because when I was a florist, that's what we were using a lot of in wedding arrangements, and it was so pretty. Wedding arrangements, centerpieces, bouquets, stuff like that. These are just some of those styrofoam berries. I always try to get these every year, and inevitably when I go, there's like 50 of them popped off and broken. You can see the styrofoam on the inside. I think these look good because they put them out and I literally picked them up and put them in my basket. And they have a nice little bit of kind of like a corally color, which goes good with the blue and the orange. Now this is that rusty orange again that I really liked. I would have preferred all of the rusty orange, but they really only had the hydrangea and whatever that flower is supposed to be. Here's a grapevine ball again. I cut out about 5 minutes of me trying to get that stuck. It did not want to stay, but I got it eventually. So I'm kind of just working on the bottom now, but I'm trying to keep it somewhat balanced. I want it to be heavier on the bottom because you want that weight at the bottom of anything that you're doing pretty much. And I did add some leaves. The leaves that I picked out are the greener ones from one of the picks I had. Just because there was already so much orange, I thought that the green would play good with the blue hydrangea and the rusty kind of orange. And this is pretty much what it is. I'm just kind of filling up these areas. See, that's the green leaf. I kind of like that. I didn't have enough to do as many as I wanted. I think I only had 3 from that bush. There's a little Chinese lantern. I think these are the mini pomegranates, which look nothing like pomegranates. What is that? No, that's another Chinese lantern. Dripping bloom, that's what it said on the tag. There's the pomegranates. I guess they kind of do look like pomegranates, but I think they're more like crabapple looking. This is that dripping blossom again. I think I put that other red piece at the top. I hope I do. Maybe I don't. And now I'm just filling in the other stuff in this little area because I'm going to glue this maroon, red chrysanthemum, I think it is. I don't know. Sometimes they say what the flowers are. Sometimes I can tell what the flowers are, and sometimes it's just like, okay, I don't know what that is. But I guess it's like a mum. Get it on there and hold it real good. And now see, it's diagonal again. The lines of the grid are diagonal. And I'm just trying to see where I want the pumpkin. I know I have to cover up the hole in the middle, but I was just trying in other places, but it looks best in the middle anyway. So I'm slapping on a lot of glue and then smashing it down here and moving it around a lot, looking at it a bunch of different ways because I want to get it straight. Spoiler alert, I don't get it straight the way I want it. I end up taking it off after everything's done and fixing it, and I put a little rope hanger at the top to hang it from, but you have to offset it. You can't put it in the center and expect it to hang straight because there's so much weight on one side of the splatter screen, whatever it is. So you have to move it over to the left some to support it. Now I'm just tying a little knot in some raffia to give it a little more natural element. I'm gonna glue that in. That's about it. I had a lot of fun with this. It came out a lot better than I thought it was. I had it in my head, but I wasn't quite sure. But I like it. I think it came out really good. I hope I remember to wave goodbye. Bye! Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Please remember to comment, like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and share with your friends. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching.